All right. This is Grandmaster Kerofsky. It's Wednesday, which is an unusual day. I usually film my karate talks after a Tuesday karate workout, and then I do my karate talk videos. This week has just been a long week, so much has been a long month, a lot of appointments. A long hearing test on Monday. And it wasn't just one of those ones that you listen to the sound, raise your hand. I mean, this was a really detailed hearing test, realistic when you're inside of a room, with voices behind you, and make out the voice, the words that this person is saying. It was really detailed to see how keen your hearing is in different scenarios, basically. So I never had all that stuff done. It was pretty much an all-day thing on Mondays. I made it pretty much a long day, and then Tuesday I just didn't feel like doing this, because Tuesday, that was yesterday, I worked on my children's time video. I edited that one, the Christmas in July one, and then now I'm on to doing karate talk. My next one after this, my next karate talk after this will be Chuck Norris. Will be Chuck Norris. Wow. So yeah, and then the one after that one will be Bruce Lee, and then Elvis and Kenpo, and at least that's the next three. Man, at the beginning of next year will be the one that somebody recommended, a video games martial arts reel, and that will be my January one, the 2027 one. Okay, those are what we have coming up. Let's get on with this one, the ranks, titles, and principles of basically Tyger Leigh and other martial arts styles. Timothy Kerofsky for my new Kicking It With the Kerofskys channel. All right. Section here, I call it the complete ranks and titles and meaning of Shirinju Karate Do, Shirinju Tyger Leigh Karate Do, or Shirinju Tyger Leigh Kenpo. And officially became known as Shirinju Tyger Leigh Kenpo. Combination of all my styles. I talked about that before, but let's paraphrase, alright? Shiryu, my base style, karate, that's my foundation, alright? and then Ju is jujitsu. Shunju, that's jujitsu. Jujitsu I did, right? Ru meaning tradition, right? Tiger coming from the Hungar that I did, the tiger fist kung fu and the plum blossom kung fu that I did. Different aspect, the Chinese element of martial arts, okay? Alright, and then Kinto from American Kinpo Karate and Shunjuru Kinpo Karate. Alright? And plus I also did some Taekwondo, Tai Chi, and other yoga and of course meditation principles that I practice. Then I combined everything what I learned into one system, Kutsu, Shunju Taiguru Kempo. Right? So the complete ranks and titles and meaning of Taiguru. First off is the meaning of the words, okay? Shuri in the Jew of karate. Alright? Shuri was a city in Okinawa, right? Where karate originated in the 15th century. Alright? I took the word in English, okay? In Jew, to flow softly. Jew, or the jiu-jitsu part. Then Ru is tradition, going by the textbook. If it works, eliminating it if it does not work, okay? Kira in karate, Kira is void, nothingness, empty, okay? Te, of course, hand, and do, meaning way. That's some of the meanings of the word. In English, I translate this as Shuri, the flow, tradition, empty hand way. Shuri, the flow, tradition, empty hand way. Gets a little confusing. But here are my complete ranks and titles, alright? Now this is if there's a kids program, and then you'll have a 10th Q, you know. And there's that I'll just call it Q. 10th Q is that beginner. Someone that just comes off the street. In most cases, that's the 9th coup. But on the kids program, there's an extra belt ranking. You know, so because the basics are divided in thirds. So it's so that's why there's 10 coups in the kids program and 9 coups in like the teen or adult program. Okay. So the 10th coup in this case would mean is like the wave man, like the wandering man just coming from the streets, okay, into the dojo. The 9th coup, the color would be, and like I said, here we go, the kids programs again. Big belt, maybe blue belt or white belt, depending on what program you're doing. And that means blossom or pine. And that's the cuckoo. Because you got Juku is Ju meaning, remember the Japanese numbers? I'm going sidetracked here. Ichi, ni, san, shi, go, roku, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. So, ku is the number. Ku is also the rank. So that one's a little funny. Right? The eighth ku, I book it down here. White or orange belt. Again, depending on the program. Pure. And then a ku means boy or girl. So, alright? And that's the hachiku. Remember, kus go backwards. 9 down to first. Alright? Seventh ku is yellow. That's the yellow belt. That's the same no matter what one you do in my system. That's the yellow belt, regardless. And that it means the sun. The sun. In gaining an understanding of your karate knowledge. You're gaining an understanding. And that's the Shichiku. The sixth ku is green. Because it's green. And that's the jungle boy or the jungle girl. Nature. Green meaning the nature. See, that's what the green represents, okay? And that's the Rokoku. The fifth ku, blue. Blue. And I put it right here, I call it sky boy or sky girl. Okay? A vastness of knowledge. So your knowledge is becoming more vast now. So you have that vastness of knowledge. You have the essential basics down. Okay? That's the Goku. The fourth ku, purple belt. And that's what I also call that the Simku. Senior boy or senior girl, and it's the Shiku. Alright? The third ku is brown 3. Remember, it goes backwards, so it's your first brown belt you get, that's brown 3. And I call that the teen, like the teen. You're going from I've explained it before, on the kids program, you're going from a childhood to adulthood, right? So that's your teen years, okay? And that's the Sanku. The second ku, round 2. May it touched upon the tree of knowledge, because brown is the color of knowledge, the tree of knowledge, right? That's the Niku. And then the first ku, round 1. May you have the mind of knowledge. And that's the Iku. Now you're going to work your way up towards the black belt ranks. And there's a junior Shodan or a junior black belt. And that's the Senku, the spirit warrior. I call my junior black belt the spirit warrior. Now, first dawn was literally technically means first man. Dawn meaning man or woman. Alright, so that's your first degree black belt. That's your black belt. That's called a shodan. Your second dan, that means second man. And that's a big. I'll go into titles later on, but that's your nidan, okay? Now your third dan, third man, and that's a sanda. The fourth dan, fourth man, that's a yanda. The fifth dan, fifth man, and that's your godan. Your sixth dan, sixth man, that's your rokudan. Seventh dan, seventh man, that's your shichidan. Eighth dan, eighth man, that's your hachidan. Ninth dan, ninth man, that's your kudan. And the 10th dan, 10th man, and that's the Hanshi, the teacher of teachers, Grandmaster. And like I said, I'm going to go over the titles, and then there's 3 more titles that follow that, Hanshi, Soki, and Sage. So, the next part, I'm going to go over the titles. Okay, this was your ranks. This was the ranks. And now I'm going to go over the titles of those ranks. Okay? Alright. So remember the first title, when I got to the first coup, the purple belt, that technically is your first title. It's a junior title, okay? And that's a senior boy or a senior girl, and I call it the Simku, alright? And I make that specific to student that kind of excels and to help out teaching the lower ranked students. That's when they can start to teach and start to instruct at that purple belt level, right? Right? Then the next title is the Junior Shodan, or the Senku, the Spirit Warrior. Right? This Senku is eligible for junior black belt at the age of 10 to 16. Right? And then you got your first dan, that's a shodan, and then you get your second dan. And your second dan, you get your next title, we call it a senpai. A senpai, which is brother. Alright? Alright? The third dan is get the title of Dai Senpai, which means big brother. Alright? Now you get your Vinci ranks, Alright? Fourth dan, Vinci, which technically means expert. Okay? And then fifth dan is also Vinci, because Vinci belt is reversed. It's a white but you know what? I should bring my belts out here, or I can show you the belt. I have showed you the belts before, but it's the one with the white and the red. The white on top, reverse it with the red on top. You know, so turn the belt around. Then after you get that, and you get you get the full block on the black belt instead of just 5 stripes. Then the person technically becomes an official sensei. In our school, you're not really considered a sensei. They'll call you an instructor, or assistant instructors or whatever. You don't really become an official sensei until 5th dan, because you know what sensei actually means? Sensei actually means one who has gone before. One who has gone before. Okay? And then you become either an O-sensei or start the Koshi. Now, at the 6th dan, you got to do a lot of hours of karate training, I'm telling you, to really get up to these ranks, because just the requirements to get the belt ranking, is a lot of years, But a Koshi technically means wizard. And there's 3 steps of Koshi: 6th, 7th, and 8th dan. So your Koshi, 7th dan is Midora Koshi, which is the middle wizard, which means middle. And then 8th dan is O Koshi, which is the wizard of wizard. Right? And the requirements 50 or above for O Koshi. Just to get to that rank, you have to be 50 or above anyway. Okay? So think about that, And then, of course, the next title is a Shihan, which is the master, and then the Hanshi, which is the grandmaster. And that's title of a Hanshi. So it can mean one of 2 things. The senior grandmaster of that school, or the founder of a school. And it's hard to become a Soki ship. I should do my purple Soki belt, my special belt that was made for me. And then the last one is a sage, right? Over 70 years old, and expect 100,000 students, 10,000 to a promotion to at least to purple higher, 100,000 belts, black belts of that school. Sage status is what we call it, sage status, and that's a lot of training. All right, that's the ranks and the titles. All right. One more thing. Principles. Principles of the martial arts. The same principle, and again, this is on my notes, in the law of physics is the same principle as in the art of karate. Well, one of the principles in the law of physics, which is this: the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Hence, the movements of karate are more linear, more direct. Okay? The punches, strikes, straight line concepts. Even they're all linear, right? Even the kicks, for the most part, all linear. That's the same principle, pretty much, that's in a lot of moves of the basic kempo techniques. All right. Well, kung fu, the movements are more circular. Remember, kung fu, the movements were based off animals like the tiger. I always say the tiger birth killer. That's always my favorite form of kung fu, and you can really see the concept there and how they always circle. You know, the tiger will attack straight, but they'll come off a circle. Just like a monkey. A monkey will they might attack straight, but they'll come off a circle. So you don't know what direction they're coming from. And that's the concept of the more advanced kempo techniques. You know? All right. Okay, but Kung Fu Warrior, the warrior's art is based on animals, while karate, empty hand is based off the line. Right. Kempo, shadow fist. I'm talking about, this is Chinese Kempo. It's based on shadow boxing, moving with your shadow. It's also known as Chinese boxing. So you basically box against your shadow. So it's very, very quick. It makes it out very, very quick, very fast. Right? In Tai Chi, universal spirit way or spirit style, the principles are yin, hard, yang, soft, and qi, energy. Qi or qi, energy. The inner energy around you and the energy within. Right? It has some of the elements of the religion of Taoism. You know, yin hard, yang soft, yin feminine, yang masculine, vice versa, right? how everything is interconnected. You know, like the light and the dark, everything's all interconnected, okay? This thing is to shape mind way. The concept is the 5 elements, 5 organs, the 5 phases, and the song of fighting. 5 phases. Okay. Splitting, sun, drilling, being stretching, power, exploding, earn, crossing. This power that I'm talking about, it comes from within. It's called Kimi in Japanese, or Chi in Chinese, or Ki. It's the same power that controls the universe, makes the earth move, gives the ocean tides, and gives the moon its glow. It is developed by the breathing exercises, concentration, and years of continuous practice. Slow, perfect, harmonious movements with controlled, steady breath. This power is the life force which we are all born with. And your breath is the key to that power. In Jiu-Jitsu, here we go. Jiu-Jitsu is called the way of water. In Judo, the gentle art. The principle is this: to use the opponent's force against him. The concept of no challenge, no resistance, no injury. No challenge, no resistance, no injury. And the Aikido, the self-spiritual way. The principle is the same. Right. The principle is pretty much the same. Okay, you might have this point here. Jiu-Jitsu is the art of controlling through pressure points. There's a lot of pressure points. Alright. Jinjin-Do, compassionate spirit way, is the heart of healing through acupressure. This patient acupuncture is the body meridians. So, you ever use the pressure point, you know? So the concepts of Jinshin-Do in Jiu-Jitsu, that how you use the pressure points. The one is for use of it for healing. One of it is the use of it to the combative aspect, to control the person. All martial arts have a certain power and a certain technique, and this is called sorry, I got mind blocked here. All martial arts have a certain power and a certain technique. A person must utilize what works for them as long as it is good and not what is evil. To utilize what works as long as it is good and not what is evil. Wish somebody would tell that to Donald J. Trump. The 2 types of art of hard, soft, and gentle, and I went over that on a video on one of my other karate talks. I talk about the hard arts, soft arts, gentle arts, right? Here we go, the focus in ki. Focus is the ability to concentrate all the body's energy to the correct form at a precise target for an instant. To focus, you must have correct attitude and mental strength of confidence. correct attitude and mental strength of confidence. Kia means union or coming together of energy. Ki energy, I union. Kia is done by a sharp breathing of the abdomen and the tightening of the abdominal muscles at the same instant. It would be like a loud shout. And it comes from the aura, the lower part of the body, the lower stomach. Okay. Now I think I saved my sensei's notes. The sensei also had some stuff about the same stuff. He broke it down a little differently than I did. Of course he did, because we all have different ways of breaking it down. Yeah, he was talking about my first sensei, about the three trees. This is fascinating here too. The three trees. The kosher root. The pine, bamboo, and plum flower in the sea or emblem of Grand Master Choco Matobu. See, so this is from his Choco Matobu's patch, and from the old pine tree school. Remember I talked before about the old pine tree school, the original pine tree, and the pine tree wind school. How it's more flowing. Alright? Okay, but this is what the trees symbolize. The pine symbolizes sturdiness and strength, and its legs straight and its straight trunk, okay? Consistency and long life in its evergreen needles. The bamboo personifies the ideas of resilience and purity by its graceful bending before the wind without breaking. Pine. Wow. See that? And by the color of its interior wood. The plum tree. Bark represents old age, while the blossoms are evidence of bringing forth life anew. By bringing fresh hope to Grandmaster Matobu, it meant that everyone should love karate. Grandmaster Matobu, that's what he said. Now the new pine tree school, the seal Grandmaster Baba Trias, the gold three-pointed triangle, stand for body, mind, and heart, spirit. The foundation of the Shiryu karate. First covered by the open hand, singing karate is my secret. So mind, body, karate is my secret, right? The open hands, I bear no weapons. It's like this, the extended sun rays. It's an honorable and peaceful intentions. And the hands folded in a prayer signifies praying for forgiveness if ever forced to use karate. And he, my sensei, broke down history in a lot of detail here. And there's a lot of detail of his hissing yi. I just went over the basics, talking about splitting, crushing, drilling, pounding, crossing. But he broke it down in a lot of detail. So that's my video. My next karate talk one will be about Chuck Norris. Hope you all learned something in this karate talk. Thank you. Hey!